Hey guys, what's going on? It's Quietfire here, and today we're going to be taking a look at Latinvixen's brand new Big Cat Vtuber avatar. As you guys can see, I already have a pretty sexy looking fellow made up here, and he's looking real good. Big shout out to Latinvixen for making this model so easy to work with. I have almost no experience in Substance Painter at all, and I'm very minimal experience in Unity. I can upload avatars to VR chat. I've done some minimal rigging of dynamic bones, changing the size of avatars, but never really creating a VRM like this. It took me a few hours of work just to research exactly what I needed to do, but once I figured it out, it was very easy, very easy. So much so that I think that anyone can do this. Again, I'm not an expert here, so my methods may not be the best methods to do this, but it's good enough that if you want to get an avatar going, as you can see, he's looking pretty good. His hair is moving, the ears are moving. I got some eye tracking going on. In my case, I'm using my iPhone to track my facial movements. I have an iPhone 13 Max Pro, something like that. I don't know, it was given to me for free. But if you're going to be doing that, you need to make sure that you have a Vtube app. Speaking of which, we're going to need a few different things here before you get started. Mainly Adobe Substance Painter. You're going to need Unity, the expansion for Unity, UniVRM, and then you're going to need something like VSeeface, which is what I'm using right now. Once you have all those things, you should be able to get a basic model going. So yeah, anything beyond that is up to you, whether you want to use your webcam or you want to use a cell phone to track your face. I definitely recommend using the cell phone. It's really good. This facial tracking is amazing. In fact, while we're talking about how good the facial tracking is, let's take a quick look at my real face versus the avatar so you guys can see exactly how well it's tracking. Enjoy my little transition here. I'm usually streaming D&D, so you get my fun little effects. All right, there we are. See, here I am. Yeah. You can see that it's tracking my facial movement pretty well. When I move my eyebrows, the eyebrows move. When I move my eyes, the eyes move. It's really cool. Much better than the Vtuber models that I've been using previously. I'm not sure if they were rigged wrong because a friend did them for me, or if they're just, not as cool as this one. On top of all the facial tracking, you have voluntary expressions, so you can do things like happy, or you can be a little sad or surprised. Yeah, and then you can combine them too, so you can get a little like eyebrow going on, a little angry. Got a little of the devil in me. Yeah, that's cool. Love that for me. It's gonna be great for when I'm playing D&D. And that's what we're going to be working on today. I'm going to be making an avatar of my D&D character, Rorin, because I sometimes do the VTubing on Discord while we're playing D&D, just to mess with my fellow players, because I think it's funny. And we're getting into end game content, so I think an upgrade for Rorin is in order. Yeah. So let's take a look at that here. All right, look, there's my music. You can see all the tabs I have open. Isn't that incredible? All right. Oop, I did not turn off that. Okay, now everything's looking neat. I promise, I'm a professional streamer. In this case, content creator. Yeah. Okay, so first things first, you're going to need Substance Painter. That was really easy to download. You can get it through Adobe's website. I'm running a free month trial. After that, for like their basic package, it's like $20. It's not really a big deal if you're just like doing one avatar and not doing this professionally. I'm probably not going to hold on to Substance Painter unless I really, really need it for something, and I'll just pay for it again. So, yeah, there's that. All right, once you have your files from whatever avatar you're going to be modifying, again, in this case, we're looking at Latinvixen's Big Cat, I will post a link in the description below so that you guys can get that from Gumroad. I'll also post the links to any of the software that I use in this so that it'll be easy for you guys to find, including the specific versions that I'm using. That'll be like Unity Hub and all of the Uni VRM stuff. Anyway, all right, let's get going. We're going to open our file here. The thing you're looking for is the large cat substance painter.spp. You can see that I've done some work already. Here's the SPP for the avatar you're currently looking at and all of the project stuff here. All right, this is going to take a minute to load up. It's going to give me a warning saying that my substance painter is newer than the project or something like that. Don't worry about that. It'll work just fine. I had no issues with it. Yeah. Loading. And there we go. Okay, so when you load up Substance Painter, these assets are usually up in this corner over here. I move them to the bottom. We're not really going to use them much. I will briefly show you guys what to do with those if you want to add like a cool glossy texture. Look at that. That's what we need. We need this. All right. This is the character that we are creating today. This is Roarin. Like I said, this is my avatar or my character for Dungeons and Dragons. If you have a ref at this point, I would pull up your ref. You can pull your colors directly from the ref. It's how I did mine. It's how I got everything nice and uniform. And I'll show you a little bit more of that in a second. Okay, so everything in this is really neatly and nicely organized. You have your model here. If you want to make your workspace a little bigger, you can move this around. You can do that with most of the windows here in Substance Painter. So like you can expand your files down here. We're going to be doing most of our work over here. First things first, I would find the torso and open the torso file. And we're just going to start editing right away. So the first thing you're going to do is start with your base color, click add filter, go down here, click on filter and color match. Once you click color match, you'll see that this changes. At this point, I'm going to pull up my avatar for my reference. And we're going to click on the little dropper down here. And I'm going to go over to my other screen, find the color of gray that I want for my base color. There we go. Substance Painter is very cool in the fact that it does let you select outside of the Substance Painter window. That made this just so much easier. That being said, you are not limited to the dropper. You can go ahead and click on this gray bar here and you have all of your RGB color options as well as hex code. And we will be using the hex code option here a few times. Alrighty, let's move on to our stripes. The stripes are easy because they're black. Again, we're going to click add filter, filter, color match, and I'm going to slam this all the way down to the corner. Bam, easy, easy, easy. Now we're going to play with a little bit of the orange colors. That's the shadows there. That's the orange on the face. We'll start with that. Also, I hope you guys are enjoying this music. This is the kind of music I play when I'm streaming D&D. It's very relaxing, or at least I think it is. And it is free to use. Hooray for no copyright. Alright, let's see. We're going to give that like a little bit of a darker gray than the rest of the face. Great. A little more. Yeah, that looks good. Now we're going to copy that hex code that we talked about earlier. And we're going to go to the orange base and color match. Click on this, and we're going to throw that hex code right in there. Bam. Easy. And then we're going to take the orange shadows, add a filter, and we're going to give this a little bit of a darker color. Great, that looks good. Off to a quick start here. Another thing that I'm going to do here is we've got the shadows. I think the shadows are a little dark because he's already a dark character. I changed this on my white avatar as well because it made him look a little muddy. As far as that goes, I think that looks pretty good. If you want to move your character around or your avatar, hold down Alt and then left click, and that'll allow you to rotate things. If you press down on the center wheel on your mouse, if you have a wheel, that allows you to move him like this, or her, whatever character, gender you have. In this case, it is, a boy. And then, of course, wheel allows you to move in and out. Pretty simple. It took me a while to figure that out the first time I opened Substance Painter. I was like, how the hell do I move my model? Yeah, easy. Alright, we're going to move on to the hair here. Now, the hair is pretty easy because it already has a hair color, so we don't really need to add a filter here. You just click on hair color and then scroll down in the corner here. Click on that. Go ahead and throw this over to purple, and we're going to find a shade of purple that I like. I'm going to say that that's good. We're going to again copy that hex code, and then we're going to go to the other bit of hair and do the same thing. Done. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at the eyes here. The eyes are pretty easy to deal with. As you see here, the eye has multiple colors on it. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over to the iris pupil and click on this little bar that says HSL. And then down here, there is a hue slider. And you're just going to drag that, and that will change the color of the iris. Let's see if we can find a nice teal that I like. I kind of like that. That's really pretty. It's a little blue. I want a little more green, so maybe 1.0.89, and then we go to the other eye, and we're going to click on this, and we're going to drag this until we're at 0.189. There we go. Eyes are done. Now we're going to take a look at the ears. The inside of Roran's ears are pink. So the ears are already the color that we want. We just need to change that inner ear. So go ahead and add our filter, and then color match. inside of the ears. I kind of want it to be a little flesh toned. Actually, I want the inside of the ears to be a little pinker. That looks like a really pretty pink. We'll call that good. Again, we're going to copy that hex code and go to ear 2. I believe I want to change the spots on the backs of the ears. So dark spot in the ear. If you're ever questioning what something does, just go ahead and click these little eyeballs here and it will remove or hide colors. So as you see, this is the spot that I want. This is what I want to change. All the stripes are black, so we're just going to slam this down into the corner. If I want it to be really thorough, I could click that and it's the same exact color. So easy, 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 easy. Alright, and we're almost done with Roarin here. There's not a lot that I need to change with him. We are going to take a quick look at the nose because he has a pink nose. So the base nose color, I'm going to give him kind of a flesh tone pink. Like that. And then for the second color, that a slightly different pink, a little bit brighter, just so that it adds some texture and contrast to the nose. So when you zoom in on the character, it's a subtle difference, but I like the way that it looks. We'll give that a little more. Also click on that custom color variation false, and it adds a little bit of like a shininess to it, which I also kind of like. I did that to the nose of Quietfire as well. And I think with that, base colors are looking pretty good. Oh, one other thing I want to do, we're going to change the pads. We will change those to, do we want them to match the inner ears or the nose? That's the question. We'll have them match the ears. That'll be fine. Alright, so that's all the coloring done for Roarin. I'm going to go up here and I'm going to click more save options and save as. And then we go to my media manager, 3D models, and we are going to create a new folder named Roarin. Actually, Roarin Vtube. There we go. And we are going to save him as Roarin. Save. Alright. Now I'm going to show you guys a little fun thing. If you guys wanted to add textures or glossy or fur textures to anything, this is how you do it. Oh no, has Substance Painter crashed on me? It sure looks like it. It says it's saving the project. We're going to give it a minute and see if it recovers. I have not had this issue before. Hopefully we don't lose what I just did, because that would be very sad. Hold please. There it goes. we are good to go. We didn't lose anything. All right, so now say you wanted to do something fun, like you wanted to add a shiny texture like I've done with Quietfire. You can come down here and you have all sorts of assets at the bottom. In this case, we are going to look at plastic gloss. Go ahead and drag that over here and it's going to change everything blue. And you go, oh no! All you have to do is click on the little 100 there and turn down the opacity to make it clear. That's on the torso. Just go along into each layer and add it to the nose, the teeth, the ears, blah 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 blah, and then you have your texture. This will give you extra mapping. When you export the textures and the colors, you're going to end up with a normal map. As far as I understand it, normal mapping is like the fur here, so it gives you not just a shader, which is what the glossy is, but actual texture. That's the normal mapping, and then the glossy is a metallic map, but we're not going to keep that there, so I'm going to remove that. Now we can do we are going to export textures. Output directory. Actually, yes, we're going to use Roaring Vtube. We're going to select that. We are going to change this to Unity Universal Render Pipeline Metallic Standard. You can save this as a PNG, that's fine. Export the shader parameters. I don't necessarily think you need them, but I like to download just everything so that you have everything in there. And then you just click export. Expect to do a little waiting. Some of these things take time. That's it. Alright, we are done with Substance Painter. We don't need this again. I'm just going to minimize that window. Oh look, more Substance Painter. Alright, next thing we need is we need to open the Unity Hub. Alright, so you can see all my projects that I have going on here. I have my old Roarin, I have a Puffy Vixen, and I have other things that I have used for VR chat. This here is the one that I'm using right now. One of the things that you're going to need to do at this point is you're going to have to make sure that you have the proper version of Unity installed. It may not be the only one that works, but this is the one that worked for me. So when I was in Unity, I will show you the page real quick. I went to Unity's page. I clicked on long-term releases, and then from the drop-down menu here, you're going to click the 2019, and you're looking for 2019.4.40F1. And along with that, you're going to need the UniVRM version 0.86.0, and then you come down here to where it says Assets. And as far as I know, you need the GLTF and you need the UniVRM package. Once you have those downloaded, you'll be good to go. Alright, so that being said, we're going to say new project. We need a 3D core, and then we're going to name this Roarin Vtube. And then we're going to this in here. All right, create project. And we wait again. Boring. You can't see it, but Unity is loading on my other screen. Come on, Unity. There we go. All right. We do not need the hub open. We're just going to minimize that. And we have our Unity here. All right. So first things first, we're going to start importing our assets. You can't see it, but behind me is a little box that says assets right behind my head. In fact, hold on. So that you can see that right there. It says assets. Yeah. Okay. Now we're going to come over to assets, and we're going to import package, custom package. Under my downloads, I have it. We're going to import the GLTF first. Again, this may not be exactly what you need to do. There may be newer versions of this. This is just what I did following someone else's tutorial, and I haven't played around with this too much. So it's very possible that there are newer versions of this that do work better. Oh, look, I'm slowing down. My computer's putting in the work. So feel free to mess around with newer versions of the Uni VRM. Over here, we're going to get a little box that pops up, and it's going to recommend that we use linear. And then it'll say thank you. And then we're going to assets, and we are going to import another package. This one we're doing the Uni VRM, and as you can see up here we now have a little menu that says Uni GLTF. I'm not really sure what the GLTF is used for. This is just what I was told that I needed to do. If somebody knows better, please feel free to correct me and tell me if you don't need that, because if that's just an extra step, I'd prefer not to be wasting time. Alright, so now, as you can see over here, we have those assets in here, and we now have a new menu up there called the VRM0, and we're going to need that. All right, next step is to go ahead and locate your files. In this case, we are going to import the regular Tiger, and you're just literally going to drag and drop. Come on. Come on, computer. I know. I need to clean up space on my C drive. You're unhappy. Let's go ahead and close out Substance Painter. That might help. All right. So now we have all of the assets for the tiger here in Unity. We're going to go ahead and drag the tiger into our scene. And if you haven't used Unity before, it's very similar to Substance Painter. You hold the Alt button if you want to, change the way that, if you want to look at things, hold the Alt button. This is left click. Holding down the middle allows you to go up and down, and then you can scroll in and out with the wheel. All right. Now we're going to open the tiger here and click on the main body. And now you can see all of your shaders over here along one side. And we're using the old tiger textures right now, which are here, which means that we need to import our new textures. In order to do that, this again comes down to a simple drag and drop. Locate your files, and there's a file here called Roaring Textures. We're just going to drop that bad boy right into Unity. Hopefully this music isn't too loud, you guys. I tried to do some sound tests to make sure it wouldn't be. Think. All right. We will minimize that. Okay, we now have Roaring's textures here. Once you have the orange outline, you can click, you get a blue outline and you get like the overview data. If you click a second time, you get the orange outline and you get your shaders to pop up. So what we're going to do is we're going to open our textures and we're going to start moving our textures one by one. So expand out the eye, and here you can see your different types of textures. So this is your main texture here. If you end up doing something like a glossy texture, you would put that in the metallic. That would be this black one here. Those are your metallic textures. And then the blue ones are your normal map, and the normal map gives you, like I said, the kind of 3D texture on your avatar. We're not going to bother with that with Roaring. We're just going to kind of start working to change colors. Oh wait, that's the ear. I want to put the eye there, not the ear. All right, that's one eye. Now the other eye. Let's. I'm not changing anything with the lower teeth, the lips, the tongue, the upper teeth, the nose. We are changing the nose. And then ear 1. And then ear 2. And then torso. Okay, that's done. And then what we're going to do is we're going to click on pause. And then we are going to find our pause. I believe this is our pause. Paw pads, yes, that is correct. Okay. Pause. What else did we change? We changed hair. So now we go to hair, go to hair shader 1, drop the purple in, hair shader 2, drop the purple in, and he's looking pretty good now. I'm pretty happy with that. Now one of the things that we're going to do real quick, just for making sure that this is looking pretty good, we're going to move the sun and the camera out of the way. I don't want that quite that far in. And I'm going to open my snipping tool. This may freeze my avatar, so hold please. Alright, now I'm going to save. Face. And then medium imager. Retextures. We will save that there. And then open this back up, go into Roaring Textures, and then we will drag and drop that there. Alright. Now we're going to go to the VRM menu, and you're going to click Export Uni VRM. Actually, first things first, I want to save as save. And that gives us our Unity package. We're in Unity, that's what we'll do. Oh, inside the assets folder. Okay, there we go. Needs to be in the assets folder. I thought you could change it, save it anywhere. I forgot about that. Sorry. Anyway, all right. We are going to make sure that you're highlighting the tiger bar here. And then we're going to do a quick drag and drop here. And we are going to change the title of this to Roarin'. Why are we... I'm going to go ahead and leave, this is the first version. I'm going to leave Latinvixen's contact information here. It might give you a couple of small errors if you're familiar with importing anything to VR chat. There are certain errors that sometimes do shit like this, and it doesn't seem to matter. So go ahead and export. And we are going to save this as roarin.vrm. That should be good. We're closing down Substance Painter because we don't need it. All right, now the fun part. You guys get to see me mess with VSeeface. All right, so there I am. All right, avatar selection. There's my old avatars. Go ahead and navigate to where your avatar is. In this case, look for the VRM. Here we go. Everything is frozen right now. Just bear with me. So click on your new VRM, and there it is. You should have a new VRM. And if we select that, huzzah! That's it. That's how you get it working. From here, if you want to do some fun things like there is lighting settings, you can change your sun in VSeeface by holding down Control and then left clicking and dragging, and it allows you to move your lighting around. Some settings with VSeeface that you can do is you can go ahead and go up here to General, and if you're using your cell phone to track, I'm using Vtube Studio on my phone. You go into your settings on Vtube Studio and allow third-party computers, and then look up the IP address for your device, and then down here, all the way at the bottom, you're going to go ahead and click on iPhone ARC-Kit Tracking Receiver, and then check the app that you're using. I'm using Vtube Studio, and then put in the IP address of your device, and that will allow you to switch over from your webcam to your phone, at which point you can turn off other cameras. You don't need to have a webcam linked into it. Yeah, that's about it. So there you have it. Now we have Roarin' all set up. One other thing I'll show you real quick is you can come into expressions, and this is where you will bind your expressions. You can toggle them, or you can have them held. Hold on. Switch that back. There we go. So under settings here, you click expression settings, and that will bring this up, and this will allow you to bind your expressions. Like you see here, I have Alt 1 for happy, and then I have angry and surprised. Angry is Alt 2, smolder is Alt 3. Yeah, that's it. If anyone has any questions, leave a comment below, and I'll do what I can to answer them.